Yeah.
And the
So,
Titans receivers are a bust. He should drop those guys, send them to the trash because they aren't getting nothing.
oh no.
They don't
Yeah.
have a
So,
quarterback.
are they supposed to come to your school? They're gonna hear about this, Austin.
I
They're gonna.
don't, man. My high school receivers could play better than
Oh
that.
no.
Kick off to the game now. Darin and Johnny here. Wow. Talking NFL, no doubt. Breakdowns and the standout. Big plays and the touchdowns. Huddled in the background. Each week we break it down. Our podcast is the town.
All right, we've got Austin Barton in the building. Team
What's
name
up?
Austin with a king emoji that we weren't able to include. But what's going on, man? How are you?
Nothing much. Just hoping that my team will start kicking up some wins after the first rough 3 weeks and finally barely won with 100 points.
I know. I don't know what happened this week. There were like 4 teams scoring 100 and under, which is really unusual. And for you, I mean, you finished. Would you finish second last year, or did you?
Yeah, I was second. I was number 1 seat and I lost in the championship.
To your dad, who
Yeah.
he went into hiding because he didn't think he could do it again this year.
He dropped out on us. But
Yeah, so tell me what's going on, and then we'll kick into the weekly report. But yeah, is it? I heard you have a girlfriend now, obviously, and
yeah.
it's your senior year of football, which is going great. But it sounds
Yeah.
like the priorities are off because your fantasy football team is suffering.
Yeah, so well, aside from my fantasy football team, high school football, we're 5-1. We're going into a game this week against Marshall County, which is 6-0. And Nick, if he's paying any attention to Tennessee football, they're doing real good. And we
And
got
you guys are 5-1, so
yeah. We have the Tennessee Titans Fireball game of the week, which was actually Ensworth had it against CPA, I think.
So what does that mean? Does that mean that it's on like a special network, or they come out and see you?
I'm not sure. I think that some people are maybe like someone was. I think they were joking about it. They're like, "Yeah, Tennessee Titans practice squad's coming out to watch us." But I don't know. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it should be exciting. And then our defense got 615 Preps team defensive team of the week. So
And are you still starting at linebacker and QB, or what? How do they
I'm
have you?
playing. So this week I'm playing quarterback, outside linebacker, and then we have a defensive group that I'm playing defensive end.
What?
Yeah. So
Why
I'm
is
playing.
that?
I don't know. My linebacker coach told me that I was strong enough to play defensive end, and I was gonna be just fine. I was like,
I guess what's the reasoning behind it? It's are you switching up the front line? Like, do you guys typically go like a 3-4, and now you're gonna run
we'll
like
normally
a
run
4-4
3-4
or something?
We'll normally run 3-4, and then I think this week, well, it's still 3-4. I'm just one of the 3 guys this week, and they'll put on an extra cover corner instead of me being in coverage as the outside backer.
So okay, wait. So they're gonna kind of do like a nickel package and maybe have you as like a whip or bandit. I guess you're on the end though, so
yeah. So it's like there like basically the bandit will be coming on, and he'll be in coverage, whereas I'll be on the line instead of in coverage.
So are you going to be lining up against tight end?
No, so there's like our defensive line will shift where I go inside of the tackle sometimes. Like I'm in the trenches.
They must. I mean, what are they running? Like a scrum?
For defense?
Or yeah, for their offense. I'm just wondering why
They
would want to bring you inside.
They have a lot of speed, and I don't know. Their offensive line's supposed to be strong, but then again, I mean, I've just done a good job at I've been taking on pulling guards all year, and they're just like, "You got this." Like, oh,
Oh, that's what it is? Jeez.
yeah.
Are they
So,
teaching you how to take on a pulling guard?
uh, kinda. I mean, just there's like keep outside shoulder free, outside contain. So we've been doing good, holding everything
Sometimes at
inside.
corner, depending on the lineup, I would have to come in and be the last guy on the end.
Yeah,
And you kind of like
yeah.
take your
Dip
shoulder
in.
and dip in and just cut them
Yeah,
down just to like stop it up right at the line, and you just keep
yeah,
squeezing the line. But yeah, like you said, you can't let someone get outside of you. But well, we'll chat more about that offline, and
yeah.
um, you know,
Let's get
don't get
into it.
blasted by the 300 something pounder sprinting your way.
Right? The 260-pound tackle. It's just like,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
that's no thank you, not for me.
Mm-mm.
But
But
yeah, so real quick though on you, I mean, do you think you're going to be able to get back in the mix, get a playoff run, or what's going
I
on?
think I made a couple free agency moves this week. I picked up Kareem Hunt, which I'm hoping takes on a large role in Kansas City after being the starting running back when Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid were first starting off strong with Tyreek Hill, and he was a part of that offense. Um,
I saw that. There were four, or were there
five
five bids?
bids.
Five bids.
Yeah,
I was actually, that was the one bid I lost. I think I bid 30 bucks on him, but you know, you bid 56. He seemed to be the strongest guy coming out of waivers this week. You
yeah.
know, I am curious about the backfield committee at Kansas City because
Oh yeah,
there's a few guys that are going to be coming back there. I mean, you have Isaiah Pacheco coming back, and then I looks no Hilaire. He's coming back. I don't think he's stealing like a bunch of the reps, but he's
yeah.
he's coming back like this next week or something.
Well, yeah, like you said, committee. They have so many guys back there. It was really who's going to get the reps. So I don't think he's like a start right off the rip. But if he takes on a lot of the reps this week, then I think he'll be a pretty strong start going into next week. And
And
then I think
then
I'll have
Pacheco's week 9. So I don't
two
know
more.
if Kareem Hunt gets the activity that Pacheco usually puts up. I mean, that's like probably
That's a
really solid waiver pickup.
yeah.
And then you
And I
dumped
just
Ertz because he's just been too inconsistent for you.
yeah, I picked up Ertz because Evan Ingram was hurt, and Evan Ingram's coming back, so I'm counting on him to be good and healthy for the rest of the year. But I don't need two tight ends on my team.
And then we had, let me see if I can throw this up here because we had a bunch of waiver activity. Um, post post report. Oh yeah, here we go. Let me put this up on the screen. Okay. So yeah, we have you 5 bids for Kareem Hunt, as we talked
Yeah.
about. Everybody's getting in the mix. I am hoping that Fryermuth is like a decent tight end. I put up way too much money for him, but
Yeah.
I really needed. Mark Andrews laid an egg 2 weeks in a row, so whatever my score is, really there should have been like an additional 10 points on top of that, and
Mm,
hopefully Fryermuth can at least get me like 7, 8 on a regular basis.
yeah.
Um, I also
Wandale
grabbed,
Robinson had a couple hot weeks.
yeah, I grabbed Wandell. Ian and Phil were obviously looking at him. Uh, I I think that's like a flex 2 spot on my roster. If not right
He
now, but I
stays
think he's good for like
consistent.
double digits plus.
And he'll be good for
Uh,
bye weeks.
I took a
He's
look at
the Tavion.
Dontavian Wicks. I Obviously he had a massive week, 13 targets, but I just didn't see the consistency. This is kind of what happened to Isaiah Likely, where he just like went off week 1 and then the rest of the targets were like nominal.
Yeah.
So I
I
don't
think
know.
Jordan Love's doing a good job in Green Bay of just keeping Packers offense is doing good for fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously that. In I don't know, on my roster, I just didn't see a fit for him. But Philip, Philip is doing a great job this season. So let's see what he does. And then we have Tyler getting really active. He's got, Hilaire. He's trying to bring in, which last season, I mean, it was just there's a big committee back there. We kind of chatted about it, but Perrine, he was good
I
for
don't
like
think they
one
use
game.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trey Sermon, he grabbed. I'm not really seeing what's going on there. I don't know if there's some inside scoop.
I think Jonathan Taylor's questionable.
Oh, got it. Okay, so will not practice on Wednesday. So maybe
He's the
maybe
backup.
Sermon's about to get the handcuff there. And then Newhart grabbing some kickers. Philip grabbing another. I guess Philip wasn't too happy with his depth. So
Philip, if you want a receiver, bro, hit me up. I got way too many of them.
yeah, I mean he's I don't know if he's just grabbing, who's sticking out the last week with these
Yeah.
insane amount of targets. Or
Yeah, and then
action.
Jamar Chase also had a good week last week, so they really Bengals offense was going off, but
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's like when I see like a huge jump in attempts, it's like what's the backstory there? Zach Moss, I don't know. Maybe looks like they got kind of a more even split than typical.
yeah,
So I don't know if that's trending that way or if that was just a one off because typically he's only taking 20% of the snaps, which isn't enough to really add value. But then here we go, Tyler again, Kate on.
dropped Kyle Pitts.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
I know. I was curious about that because speculation is that he'll be decent, but we just haven't really seen it in the numbers.
Well, yeah, they also got a new quarterback with Kirk Cousins down there, so it may not be what it was last year, but still.
Yeah, not getting as much target share. I mean, the thing with these guys is there's Drake London is getting a ton of play. Mooney, he's doing pretty well too. And Tyler also has Mooney, so maybe that's, he's really digging the Kirk Cousins. And yeah, I mean, all the receivers, Kirk Cousins is dishing the ball around. And then, of course, Ian, swapping out defense, and then Tyler getting a QB.
Justin Fields, I thought about picking him up, but then I don't know.
Yeah, and then of course Nick looks like these are just kind of he'll just swap those guys in and out each game. Real quick on the best manager, Philip, dangerous Phil. I'm not liking what I'm seeing, but I do like it, Phil. Much respect for your rookie season coming in here, making waves. We'll dive into his team, whether or not we think this is, just a great start or something he can maintain. Worst manager, this was interesting. I didn't expect this. Any thoughts on Ian going from, I mean, last week he was contending for the undefeated position.
Yeah.
This week he's on the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, not bottom for points, but sub 100 and super inefficient.
I think his team has potential to be really good, but it's just starting the right guys and getting lucky with the high points.
Yeah. And then we have Kevin. So this is scary because he has Cooper Kupp and AJ Brown on his bench.
Yeah, he's got a nasty combination of all those guys.
And he's still putting up 148 points. Narrow victory. Somehow you managed. I've never seen anything like this.
Devin Achaney was scaring me so bad. The Dolphins offense, all of their fantasy guys are just going doo-doo. Like it is
oh
so
my
bad.
Goodness. Yeah, Dolphins. Speaking of which, Josh Davis in big trouble with Tua going down and Tyreek getting nothing. And then Achan for you, who you had him, that's the last person to play, and I thought, he's going to score, 12 plus.
Yeah,
easy.
Plenty of points to win. And he barely scores like 6.
Yeah, so speaking of Dolphins again, lowest score 89. Just when I thought it was bad when he didn't break triple digits last week, he goes and doesn't break
Yeah.
90 this week.
So I don't bank on a team with one with an injury
I
prone
know.
quarterback.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to dig in there. And I mean, Derrick Henry, 36
He
points
just went
almost.
crazy from the first
Yeah.
play.
Well,
Jaden Daniels is going insane though.
let's break down. Let's start from the bottom up. Your game versus Tyler. Talk to me about. Yeah, let's chat through this one.
Oh boy. So Anthony Richardson goes out first quarter. That was
Oh
exciting.
wow,
Yeah.
that's what explains the 5 points.
Yeah. So he's questionable. Picked up Geno Smith just in case. But
Okay.
loyal to my boy. Um,
So what was his injury? What was Richardson's?
Something with his hip. I don't even know.
Oh yeah.
It's bad. He's so injury prone. It's not even funny.
Did he get hurt
But
last year?
yeah, he did.
Oh no. Yeah, he only went 5 weeks
Yeah,
last year.
and he was out the third week.
Well,
So,
he's already at his week just in time. Hopefully, yeah, he's coming back.
but
That's a big guy, 6'4", 244.
yeah, he's huge.
Wow.
He's so strong. He's a dog when he's on the field though. Um, Devin O'Chaney, we all know what happened there. James Cook just did not do good. Jamar Chase had a good, decent week. Nico Collins has been so good for my team.
Yeah, Nico Collins is going off. I mean, he's
He's
the
number
number
2
2
in the league.
receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Which
mean, he's
he was like a fourth rounder. Like I did not
so CJ Stroud. I wonder if he's seeing that. Yeah, I
CJ
mean,
Stroud.
mm,
He's
not
not doing
much.
very consistent things, but he's CJ Stroud's pretty reliable, I think. If I
Uh,
could I'd trade for him if I could, but
it's
I
interesting
don't know.
because Mixon's been out too. I
Yeah.
don't know if it doesn't look like there's any real change of pace with Mixon out, but
No.
no, I mean Nico's been going off.
Zach Ertz did all right for being a late pickup, and Rome Odunze. So he had went off last week, and I thought maybe him and what's his name like sparked, and they were just gonna roll. But
Caleb Williams.
yeah, they didn't end up rolling. They kind of
Well,
hit
okay, last week
good.
against the Colts, he had 52 pass attempts. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so I thought that maybe it was time to go, but it was not. I hit the trigger way too early. I
No,
should have started
Odunze,
sooner.
I've not seen it, but Harrison, that's where you know.
Yeah, Harrison's a good rookie. The first week it scared the crap out of me. I was like, oh gosh.
Well, you tried to throw him on the trading block or
I
propose
did.
a trade to me, and I was just like, not not interested.
Yeah, and then he went out and scored
But
like
Malik
20.
Neighbors is a rookie who is also going off
He's
too.
the number one receiver in the league right now.
I know. I mean, the guy's real deal apparently.
Yeah. And then Justin Tucker was in the free agency, so I picked him up.
So
And
the real question is here because we don't have for these games we don't want to go line by line stat. We want to just kind of like see the what's gonna be going down.
yeah.
And I mean, how do you feel about your season moving forward? Do you think you have a squad like obviously James Cook? He's been pretty consistent outside of
Yeah.
last week. Achan, great. Jamar Chase, Nico Collins. Ertz, I mean, it's not going to lose the game for you.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that me
Adunze
and
you has to swap out. He's good. He's good. You'll be fine. Do you have somebody to swap for Adunze?
yeah, I have Michael Pittman on my bench, and Brian Thomas has done pretty good, so I think he
Okay.
might get. I have a couple of good bench players, but I think that going forward, like even with bye weeks and everything, it should be all right, just as long as I stay consistent.
Okay. Yeah. You put up previously,
I
probably
was
number
like
3 most
top
points in the
3,
league.
yeah.
And then you lost, but you had lost 3 games. Finally, you kind of stole a win here just
Yeah,
because of a matchup.
I did
But
get lucky.
I mean, who do you play next week?
Let's look. I play
I
Nick.
could. Okay, you play Nick.
Oh shoot, Nick is
Yeah,
presenting.
yeah. You could get a dub out of that game potentially. Um, you're looking at 130 versus 118 for the pregame predictions.
Yeah, but
Okay, well let's break down Tyler. Tyler, number one draft pick, Patrick Mahomes with 14 points, been incredibly, incredibly mediocre all season. Unfortunately, probably because Kelsey is just not,
yeah, they're
doing what he
not the
was doing.
same. Not the
Yeah,
same this year. And with Rasheed Rice and everything, all them going down, the
I
Chiefs'
know. Then
offense is looking to be in some jeopardy.
and that's Traco has Rasheed Rice who was balling for week or two now
Yeah.
out. I guess the question is, Josh, does he have a squad that can, or sorry, Tyler, does he have a squad that can kind of pull out of this? I know he dumped Perrine. Debo Samuel is somebody who can really kind of come back and start
Yeah.
producing.
I think that he's making good moves in the free agency, and I think that he needs to get some more running back depth, but he'll be all right.
Yeah, Mozart. As soon as Mozart comes back, that's when does he come back? Actually, yeah, he's coming back. Looks like next week, but then he has a bye, so that could be game changer for him. Austin looks like he disappeared there.
So I'm
Um,
looking at stuff.
Juwan Jennings, that was kind of like a 1 week pickup. Williams, Jameson Williams, actually, I mean, outside of week 3, has been producing really well. So I'm interested to see how Tyler does post all of his pickups. Last week and the previous weeks, he's just not been getting the points where that needs to be a real contender in this league. So I'm hoping he can stumble into some more success. Okay, Austin, I don't know if you can see me, but your screen's blocked out. You there?
Ooh, what happened? I don't know what
I
just
don't know.
happened.
Must have booted you. Okay. Well, yeah, we got to get cooking because we're at 24 minutes and we just got through.
Yes. Yes, we do. I gotta.
um. Well, all right. Here we go. So let's jump back into week 4. Just looking back at it. This was the game of the week for sure. Austin, I don't know if you can see me, but it looks like you dropped out again.
I'm here. I was looking at the stats.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it looks like Newhart versus Phil. I mean, this was much talked about. We weren't sure who was going to kind of rise on this, and I mean, Philip just took it, no questions asked. I think Josh Allen just having a crummy game really changed, Johnny's odds, but still that's not what did it. Kamara has just been going off for Phil. Like he is the number one back. It looks like he's the number one overall. I mean, he's just
He's going
obliterating.
insane.
I know. Yeah, yeah. So great pickup. And then Jameer Gibbs also performing really well consistently. I'm trying to find a hole or a reason of why Phillip's not gonna take this whole thing. I think Burrow, but he's not going to lose the game for him. Burrow's doing okay. He's just not as much of a standout as the others. Garrett
Yeah.
Wilson, I mean that's not bad. I don't know. Philip just has a really stacked team. Deontay Johnson is just the last
He's
two
got.
games.
Yeah.
So Mason is not going to produce like he has been. Well, actually, they're talking about CMC being out for potentially all season because
Both of his Achilles.
yeah, he's getting treatment in Germany right now. So maybe Mason still keeps producing.
Yeah, which is
I think some
insane.
speculate that CMC comes back in a couple weeks. So I think that'll be a big indicator. Other than that, I don't know. He's got a stacked team. He's still got Puka Nakua coming back in a couple weeks here. But it'll be interesting because Cup comes back at the same time. So I'm not
And
sure that
see
he's,
their
you know,
distribution.
yeah, I'm not sure what type of load he'll see. But on Johnny's end, another great team. Josh Jacobs. I mean, that's worthy
Yeah.
of a number 2 running back, 11 points. Jefferson, great pickup. DK Metcalf, I would never expect this season to see this action. Like he wasn't doing this last season. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
I
He's
mean,
doing good.
he's doing great. And Komet, that's the tough spot. I mean, you're not expecting double digits out of him, but Addison, he's been doing well. I guess Addison just came back. That was the pickup that I wanted. That Ian dropped.
Yeah.
That if he consistently does that, you know, he'll have. Does he have Jefferson and Addison? So the one and so he might live and die by the performance, of the Vikings with Darnold. But Darnold's been doing really well. So
He offered a trade for Darnold for Jamar Chase. That is not happening. I do need a quarterback. I'm not that desperate.
oh, does he have Darnold on his bench?
Nick has Darnold. Never mind.
Oh, Nick. Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say that's interesting. Yeah, so Johnny's still looking good. I guess I don't know. Why did he lose this game? How many points? 130. Good game. He could have had this bumped up another 12, 13 points. Um, that would have put him in the 40s, and that would have been a great game for him. Maybe a
Yeah.
little more points from, his kicker and his tight end. And I don't know. What can you say? Guy puts up close to 170 points. It's just a bad beat. So
Yeah.
um congrats to Phil on winning that, tie-breaking game of the undefeateds. Sorry.
I know.
We'll see. Phil and we match up next week. So I don't
That'll
know.
be that'll be a tough matchup.
All right. So let's look at Josh and Kevin. So Kevin, I had a real conversation with. We got to hop on the phone. I said, he wanted to avoid the commissioner's wrath. So he's getting involved. No, I'm just kidding. I think he was under a learning curve and life got the best of him. But now he's back in action, putting up 148 points. And I'm just gonna poke at his bench real quick. I mean, Swift, kind of unusual to get 30
Yeah, he had
points.
a rough couple of weeks.
But Cooper Cup, AJ Brown, he's got some solid guys. I don't know Eckler, what we can expect. That's kind of like a flex play.
Yeah.
But to have these guys sitting on your bench and
And
still be able to put
still,
up 150,
it's wild. Well, yeah,
yeah,
you take J.K. Dobbins out of there, and you
yep,
put two. I mean, 19 points for those receivers isn't bad, but you don't expect that weekly. I don't think from those guys.
yep. And
But
even Kittle, I mean, that's like a great tight end pickup if he
stays
is healthy.
consistent.
I
Yeah,
mean, number 2 tight end, and he had missed week 3. So,
that is
really put it.
insane.
Leggett is, I mean, so yeah, we can't really expect that, but he's a rookie, so maybe he's ramping into it.
Yeah, and they got Andy Dalton playing there now, so
That's true. There's a QB change, which changes things. I mean, apparently
yeah,
Bryce Young not getting it done and Dalton doing pretty well. They're putting the ball in the air. So yeah, I mean, Kevin could be somebody that now everybody has to look out for once his receivers go in.
yeah,
I mean, obviously his kicker did really well, but where are these points? Yeah, I mean, these guys, Christian Kirk has just been, last couple weeks doing pretty well. I thought he was doing a little better than that, but I mean, I guess you can kind of expect that 15 points out of him. So, yeah, he's in a really strong position if he stays dialed in. He was only expected 109 points, so apparently everybody played up. Will they continue? We'll find out. Once he gets the hot swap in there with Cooper Cup, though, everything could change. Also with AJ Brown, I mean,
that'll be dangerous.
yeah, 32 points week 1. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's wild. And then let me just see AJ Brown real quick.
he went
Yeah,
off too.
22 points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not
that'll.
good.
Okay, so Josh, Jaden Daniels, awesome pickup. When Tua went down, I mean, just to get this rookie who's just
Balling out.
QB1 right now, number
Yeah,
3 overall.
as a
So
rookie.
hats off for that pickup. ETN seems like somebody who should be consistently producing a little
The
better.
Jags offense is just sucking, I think. They'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and then Montgomery. I mean, all these guys, it's just what happened is Tyreek Hill, he's not going to get that right now
Yeah.
until they figure out the QB situation.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in trouble. I mean, just everybody took a dump, I don't know.
Yeah, Devin Singletary should be consistent.
So I
And his Brandon Ayuk is bust on his bench. I don't know what's going on with him, but he could start Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy's going to be getting number 1 receiver reps with Rasheed out.
Well, yeah, that's true. I'm not super hot on Worthy because, the target distribution, he's really touchdown dependent. But when he gets loose and scores, that's great. I think he blew a pick on Tua. He blew a pick on Ayuk. He blew his first overall on Tyreek Hill is like, now with Tua out, he's
Well,
just in a
yeah.
tough spot. So it's like a lot of his like top picks, are not producing. And so he's trying to like make it happen with, kind of guys you get later down the line. I think he's still in this though. I think it was just an off week. He was projected at 120 points. Everybody underperformed. Josh,
Yeah.
you're still 500, so you'll be all right. All right. Thoughts on this matchup, Austin?
I think that just Ian's players did not produce like they have been. They didn't really produce great at all. And man, that is just not good. And then
Yeah, I mean, Bijan Robinson usually pretty consistent, but I guess he didn't bomb the game for them. I
yeah,
think Kyler Murray really scored half the points.
he
in
really
that game.
hurt. And I think tight end and his flex, man, his flex has killed him.
Yeah, he bet on Keenan Allen, who
That
I
was
don't know.
with the
He's
Chargers
he's just
last
been
year.
he's just been out for a while, and I don't know. I don't know if he can really count on him.
Yeah,
Um, who does he have on his bench? I mean, obviously Hubbard.
Rashad White.
How long has Hubbard been riding the bench? This guy's producing.
I don't even know. He was on the team last year. He didn't really play.
No, I'm saying for Ian's bench.
Oh,
He last week 27.9, this week 22. The guy was on the bench. He could have started him over, Keenan Allen or anybody else. So, yeah, I don't know. I think this is just an off week. Njoku's been injured. I don't know, Ian. I think this was an off week for you with Kyler
yeah,
Murray and everybody just underperforming at the same time. I don't know if he has too
yeah.
much to worry about. Should be like a 120, 130 team. So, better luck next week. Better luck next week. We'll jump into mine and Nick's game. Nick, was defeated, had, his one of his top scores. Actually, he had scored 126 points, I think, week 1. But,
Yeah.
Just consistently not producing enough because week 2 and 3, he was in the 100 range. But he has Kelsey.
I don't know. He just like last year. He just has players that you would think produce, and then he has some players that you think don't produce. It's almost like they switch. Like Zach Moss, he's putting up some numbers.
Well, yeah, he's starting to be consistently dependable. Even without a touchdown, he's putting up 17, 18 points. So that's
Yeah.
I think he's in a good spot there with his, for RB1, his RB2, again, really great numbers.
Yeah.
Jacoby Myers, that's where you start getting a little bit
Targets.
questionable for your wide receiver 1. but I think he
Yeah,
has Devontae Adams, who typically is in that spot,
he
who is
does.
out.
And
Yeah,
the
so
Titans receivers are a bust. He should drop those guys, send them to the trash because they aren't getting nothing.
oh no.
They don't
Yeah,
have a
so
quarterback.
are they supposed to come to your school? They're gonna hear about this, Austin.
I
They're gonna
don't, man. My high school receivers could play better than them.
Oh no. Well, so we have DJ Moore. I mean, that's not bad out of a wide receiver too. So
Yeah,
it's and then Kelsey has been hot and cold, or just pretty much cold and finally popped off. Um, I'm surprised he
yeah.
started Ramondre Stevenson. Yeah, I mean, week
After
3 may
point
have been an
three.
outlier, so maybe he can count on him in the flex spot. But Pickens goes off. He's did a hot swap for his kicker and his
Jordan Love on the
defense.
bench.
I know. But he picked up Darnold, and now Jordan Love's back. I
They're
think
both solid.
last week I recommended he put somebody up on the trade block. Why have two great QBs and some other spots you can't really
Yeah.
fill?
Well, he tried to
Leverage.
trade me Jamar Chase for Sam Darnold. Just like,
It depends how desperate you are, but yeah, you can't give your wide receiver one up. So Nick, I actually think you're in an okay spot if you can, I don't know. He swapped out his kicker and his defense. So maybe if he just keeps swapping those week to week, depending on who's supposed to do well.
Yeah.
Because I mean, 126 is a good score, plus another, 10 to 15 points missing out of, some of the other positions. I think moving forward, he's got a shot. But here's the real thing. Wait, did he dump Christian McCaffrey?
No.
Where is he? He had Christian McCaffrey on his IR. What's going on with that?
Wait.
Everybody's looking. What is going on?
No, he's still on his team.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering why I couldn't see that. Why? Because if you put him, okay, yeah, he is on injured reserve. There's speculation that he's coming back week
Sorry,
7.
guys, I would have check.
Yeah, I would have made that purchase right here. I'm surprised I don't see it on the IR. I don't know why.
That's weird.
But yeah, there were 4 teams that didn't score more than 100 points this week. That could have easily been a win for Nick. He could have won week 1 as well. Once CMC comes back, if he does, this puts Nick in a different category. The question is, can he be a top 6 team and make playoffs? If he can win a couple games and CMC comes back, I think right now, I don't know. It's a tough league. So things have to turn around. I think there's a path, but probably involves getting a defense and a kicker that can play and dialing in your flex. For me, overall, pretty happy with everyone except for, Breece Hall just had a down game. What can you say? But, James Conner consistently producing in CeeDee Lamb. Drake London's been doing great over there with Kirk Cousins. 12 points. I'm not going to complain. That's my, second wide receiver spot. Usually he does really well. What really is hurting me, and then Brian Robinson doing far better than I could have hoped. Amari Cooper is super inconsistent. I think I have some guys on my bench that can take care of that. But yeah, great. I mean, my defense really won this.
Yeah. Niners defense is crazy.
I mean, 6 sacks,
4 forced fumbles.
4 forced fumbles. I mean, New England
Insane.
And that was Ramondre. Or who was fumbling the ball? Was that him? I don't know where the fumbles. Only one fumble from him. But
he
yeah,
fumbled one every game.
My defense won the game for me this week, so I kind of lucked out. I'm pretty okay with how I'm doing. I think will really be the test this week in week 5. So yeah, let's go ahead and just kind of predict who we've got going on. So we've got Tyler versus Johnny Newhart. Johnny's a powerhouse. Tyler, definitely an underdog, but we've seen him do some things. He got hot on the waiver wire. Who are you calling this week?
I think I got Johnny.
Johnny.
I think
Yep.
that, yeah,
What
but
what has
hopefully
to happen, I guess, for in what world does Tyler take it?
Tyler takes it if his free agents pop off. Trey Sermon, Najee Harris has to have a game on the ground against Dallas. And I don't know. I think if Johnny wins, or if Tyler wins this game, it's because of Stephon Diggs, and I lose my game because of Nico Collins.
Yeah,
But I don't
that's
know. It's
fair.
gonna be
I
interesting.
think, Johnny's got to take it this week based on just what's
Yeah.
been trending. But Tyler, I think he's on the right path. He's hot on the waiver wire. I'm hopeful
Johnny
for
doesn't even have
him.
a kicker in.
I know Johnny. I'm sure he'll be. He's got.
He's
He
got
just
Q
picked
for
up.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
but I'm
just.
saying his projections without Q.
Oh, I know. It's not. Anything can happen though. That's why fantasy is nice. It's like every week you just never know. Like Johnny's team could take a dump and Tyler, has Juwan Jennings score 46 points. That's how he beat me. Um,
Yeah.
you know. Okay, Austin versus Nick. This
It's the battle of the bowl, the toilet
I know.
bowl.
I know. So let's see who's
If,
taking this game.
I better. If I don't, man, my fantasy team might be dump if I lose this game.
So
I don't know what is going on. I feel like I have a good team. They're just not producing the good numbers that I need to win.
this is a good matchup because Marvin Harrison, I don't know if we can truly count on him every game. All these guys, I mean, Achan, that's tough because he could just pop off, 20 something
Well,
points,
yeah,
or he could do 5 points, and I don't know about Geno Smith. That's pretty consistent though. I mean, or
yeah.
pretty, he's not going to lose the
That was a
game.
good pickup. I don't know if he's an every week starter, but against Jordan Love, it's kind of
Yeah.
scary.
This will be a game to watch. I think it could be pretty close. Um, it'll be interesting to see if I had to call it.
Yeah.
This Ramondre is like not great. He's kind of picking up these. Well, this is a great George Pickens. Seems like that's a decent pickup. So I thought his kicker. I don't know. That's tough to say. I would probably give it to you, Austin, but yeah, I mean, I'm giving it to you because Devontae is out and everybody's so hit and miss on Nick's team. I give it to you on this one, but Nick, I think, is trending up. Okay. Ooh, the big matchup. The Chaplains, the LA Chaplains versus each other here. We've got Traco versus Kevin. They're very close in proximity and really good friends. So we'll see. They might be talking smack. Kevin still doesn't have his 2 stars, and Rashee Rice is out for Traco. But I don't know. Any thoughts on this one, Austin? Who do you think takes this one? We may have lost Austin. I'll just navigate this one while Austin gets back on. We've got 115 to 105. I think Christian Kirk has been going, fairly decent, but a little inconsistent, but trending. I don't know. I think Traco takes it based on consistency of performance. But when we're looking at Kevin's performance, last week he had a great game, 148 points. I think this week is something, he could pop off again. Let's look at Trevor Lawrence. I don't know. Kevin, if you're listening, Kevin, you need to figure out what's going on with your QB situation. I don't know if Trevor Lawrence can really get it done here. I was just saying, I think based on consistency, I think Traco takes it. And I don't know why Kevin has Trevor Lawrence in there. There's
Yeah.
probably better guys. Hurts is
Jalen
a bye.
Hurts. Oh.
Oh, yeah. I think he needs to get on the wire. I'm not sure what he's saying about Trevor Lawrence versus Indiana. I don't know if there's anything he's seeing that we didn't see last year, or they didn't even play him last year.
Yeah, I don't know. Trevor
18
Lawrence is,
points. Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's interesting. Who do you think takes this one? Traco versus Kevin.
I think Traco's got it with CJ Stroud against Buffalo. He's gonna have to throw up a bunch of points. And I
Yeah.
don't think DeAndre has the week that he did last week, or Keon Coleman's probably gonna bust too. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'll
But
call Traco on this one, but if Kevin pops off again, obviously he's got a shot. Okay, Ian, this is the battle of the financial advisors right here. We've got Ian versus Josh. Josh over in Florida, Ian in Mississippi. Um,
Ian's
based on what?
projected to win this, but I don't know.
Oh, tell me about it.
I think Jaden Daniels. tr- I think he has the players that have boom potential against. I mean, Ian's players can go off too, but if his team produces, I think Ian loses.
Well,
But
that's good news for Josh. I think Xavier Worthy's really hot and cold. Brock Bowers won't lose the game for him. I'm trying to
yeah,
think where his holes are because yeah, he's been like underproducing since Tua went down, but he actually does have a good team, and I mean ETN
yeah.
that might need to
And if you put the
reconsider
kicker
his.
in, he's missing his kicker.
Oh yeah, so that adds another, 8 points or whatever. Kind of.
Yeah.
So where is he really losing points here? It looks like
Oh,
he's
Pierce.
losing about four. Oh, yeah. What's up with that?
Yeah, get him out of
So
there.
yeah, maybe that's. So it's like once
And
he puts
Anthony
his kicker
Richardson's
in.
out, so I would
Yeah,
definitely. Oh, it's because David Montgomery's on a bye.
I mean Ayuk has been awful, but I'd still probably trust him more than Pierce. I
Yeah.
don't know. I think based on trends, Ian. But like you said, it's like somehow if Miami could figure it out and get Tyreek the ball, even though Tua's down, it's like he does
It
have
could be good.
he does have the players. He wins the QB matchup. ETN unfortunately hasn't been as consistent as Bijan Robinson, but it's fairly within. I don't know. I think really where the game's won and lost is like you know these flex guys here because Worthy is really hot and cold. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's tough. Tough for Josh because and I think Ian did get on waiver wire too. So we'll see what happens. This will be a good game to watch. I
Yeah.
call Ian, but Josh, I think, is in a really good position to potentially win, depending on, what's going on with these guys here. And of
Yeah.
course, whether or not they can get Tyreek the ball.
That'd be
Okay.
interesting.
So this I'm calling the game of the week. Even the let's see, does everybody have the roster filled? Yep.
Yeah.
So we're looking at 128 to 127, just about a point exactly difference in the pregame analysis or speculation, according to Sleeper.
Yeah.
Really good matchup. I mean, I can't believe he got Mason off the waiver wire
I
when
know.
CMC went down. I mean, that's his wide receiver or RB1, but really Kamara has just like been
If
just
Kamara goes off, you're
filthy.
screwed. If he goes off, you are screwed.
I know what's going on with this distribution. So he's
3 touchdowns in week 2, 4 touchdowns in week 2.
and I know. Do you know what's really crushing right here is that
Is the
he's getting so
exception.
many dang receptions out of the backfield. So if he
Yeah.
gets all these, so if he doesn't score and he only gets like a handful of targets as opposed to like crazy targets plus a score, then he's not going to pull away like he typically
Yeah.
does. Garrett Wilson, whatever out of that dude. I don't know. I don't think he's CD Lamb's gonna hopefully crush Drake London. I think,
Should crush, but he's
yeah,
doing crazy
Drake
things
London,
as
I
well.
hope I don't know. I think Philip
And he's
just got really
questionable.
hot. I think Philip just got really hot. I don't know that, we're gonna just see 20 points out of Deontay Johnson every game. Like,
Yeah.
but Andy Dalton, that was the big switch. I mean,
Yeah.
Andy Dalton's getting him the ball. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this guy is just getting started.
It'll be a good league for sure.
This is a position that I didn't have filled, that I now have filled. I really hope I've now put 100. What did I put? I put 80 down for Isaiah Likely, and then I put 30 for Freiermuth. So that's
10 on tight ends.
110 just to fill the tight end role. So I'm really hoping it works out this week. And, Phil, he's pretty dialed on tight end in the last couple of weeks. We'll see what goes on there. But James Conner, loving his consistency, and, Brian Robinson. Wicks, I think, did he recently pick him up? That's hot and cold. Yeah, I think he just got him off the waiver this morning. But is Jordan Love back? Maybe that's why he's thinking he's going to pop off.
Yeah.
Could be a good pickup. So he's really Green Bay dependent. So it's like Jordan Love pops off, then, Reed and Wicks pop off. But if not,
and he's screwed.
Yeah, maybe that's where the game's made or not.
The Packers offense.
Yeah. So we'll see. I know I was kind of like Cleveland.
Well, you got him on a good week. He's got Jameer and Devontae. Well, Devontae's out, but Jameer's on a bye.
Oh, yeah.
But,
and Goddard. I don't know if he was ever starting Goddard. And then Puka's not in yet. So, Phil, will be interesting.
Yeah. Maybe give him his first loss.
I think I'm going to deliver him a loss.
Yeah.
But, really, Kamara, I just think his guys have been hot. And I just don't know if you can just be that hot unless they're just, it is what it is. And they're just going to keep. But I've got guys, my guys line up, stand the test. I think that my guys have the ability to be a little bit more consistent than his guys. I think his guys don't have the track record some of my guys have, like, CeeDee Lamb, Breece Hall, Lamar Jackson. We're talking about, like, these guys are all number ones in their position, by tradition, where he's got like number ones in their position because they're just hot this year.
Yeah.
But so, okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
It'll be a good week for that game.
Who are you calling?
I think I got you in this game.
All right. There we go. You're getting a Christmas present this year.
As long as Joe Mixon does good. But
I mean, and Joe Mixon is questionable. Yeah, he's coming back. I think he'll be in. I feel comfortable that I have guys to swap in if he's not good.
Yeah.
Because I've got these great horses, 2 running backs in my flex that I could bring one of them up, and then I could just throw, Amari Cooper in at receiver. Or I just picked up Wandale, who he's been doing pretty good. I mean, 13, 18 points last couple games. So, well, Austin, I know it's my sister's birthday, your mom's birthday tomorrow, and you're trying to get going and get the house prep. But
just some setting up.
Great seeing you on here, man.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I hope the rest of your season pans out because we saw you in the victory circle, facing off in the Super Bowl last year, and we know you got to pay for your car insurance and all that.
No, that's coming. But yeah, thank you for having me on, and good luck to everyone this week. Except for Nick.
Are you playing tomorrow night, or was that unusual and you're always Friday night?
That hurricane that came through had us playing because it was storming, and it was still storming. But Friday there was no way to play a game, so they had us play Thursday.
Okay. But, all right, so you're playing this week Friday
night.
Don't be getting hurt in the trenches, man. It's
like I know, Friday night at the wood in the trenches.
I know you don't need to be on that D line. What's up with that?
I know. We'll see how it goes, but
all right, man. Well, love you and take care. I'll chat more offline.
Yes.
All
right.
Kick off to the game now. Darin and Johnny here. Wow. Talking NFL, no doubt. Breakdowns and the standout. Big plays and the touchdowns, huddled in the background. Each week we break it down. Our podcast is the town. Game day recap on the run. Darin, Johnny having fun. Tune in for the highlights, son. First down hit and we're done. From the field to the show, touchdowns catching fire, yo. Every week we let it flow. Darin, Johnny's voice, you know. With the stats and the plays, Sundays like a maze. Analysis amaze. NFL these new days. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Game day recap on the run. Darin, Johnny having fun. Tune in for the highlights, son. First down hit and we're done.